I get questions all the time on both a personal and professional basis from pregnant friends or patients about what do I need for when I have a new baby arrive to take care of them at home. Now, I decided to tackle this by making an informational video that goes through things that I think are important, and I scroll through Amazon and look at all these different products, show you prices, give you a ton of information. This ended up being a really big project because the video is long. It's about an hour and a half. So in addition to providing you the link to that, which will be down below to that YouTube video, I wanted to make a shorter segment of each part of the video, the different categories of things that you need for your baby. This allows you to select one that you're maybe interested in learning about, check out some of the products and see what's there, and learn about things that you might need. I've also got some links down below for Amazon affiliate links. I wanted to provide you some quick links to check out some of those products on Amazon in case you're interested. So in this video, we're gonna go through some of the medicines that you may need to have on board for your baby when you bring home a newborn so that you have things ready to go in case you need it. Let's check it out. Something that you don't want to need to use, but you will want to have if you need it, are medicines. Inevitably, baby is going to get sick at some point, often with a snuffy nose or runny nose, a little cough, perhaps a fever. So having those medicines and that type of equipment ahead of time is really helpful. If you wake up in the middle of the night and baby has a stuffy nose or a fever, you're not gonna be able to run out to a store to get any of the gear that you need. So we'll run through a little bit of an equipment list. So these are medicines like gripe water, gas straps, which are good for upset tummies, infant's Tylenol, thermometer, something to remove the boogies from the nose, which we always called, very advanced word, the snot sucker. It looks gross, but it's really helpful and you really need it if your baby's having a lot of stuffiness in their nose. Let's look at a whole list of things that you might need when baby's not feeling so good. The medical remedies that you may need to have for babies. So this is one of the first ones. These are called gas drops and they are simethicone, which is like Gas X. This is just a gentle formulation that is great for babies. This can be something that you use when they're having an upset tummy, or if maybe they didn't burp so well, or perhaps they just seem to be having issues with their belly or really gassy. This can help them feel a lot better. These are amazing. You'll give them the drops, and if that's what's bothering them, it works within minutes. It like really is effective. So you always want to have these on hand and ready to go ahead of time. Now this is infant's Tylenol. So this is one of the earliest fever reducers or pain relievers that you can give to smaller babies. I put this here specifically to compare. So when it comes to medicines, just get the generic version. So this is the Amazon version of infant's pain and fever, which is Tylenol. Acetaminophen is the active ingredient. If you look at actual Tylenol, acetaminophen 160 milligrams per 5 mLs. That is the active ingredient. If you look at the generic one, you will also see the active ingredient, acetaminophen 160 milligrams per 5 mL. So they're exactly the same, but if you look at the pricing, this is, if you look at per ounce, $2.40 per ounce, whereas the brand name Tylenol is at least double, if not almost triple the price. So as long as it's got the active ingredient you need, go for a generic. But Tylenol, acetaminophen is something nice to have. Again, middle of the night fever, you may not have the opportunity to go out to a store, so you want to have this ready to go. Gripe water is another one for treating upset tummies. So this just kind of has like some natural stuff in it to help improve baby's upset stomach. You see there's some ginger, some fennel. It's just like a light little gripe water you can start using after baby's 2 weeks of age or older. If they seem to have an upset stomach, this is nice to have. This is another one. Babies tend to get just a little bit of a little runny nose or stuffy nose. It seems like at some point you'll notice it seems like your kids just always have boogies running out of their nose. So saline spray is something, either the drops or the spray, you just put the drops in their nostrils and it helps to dilute the mucus and helps them to wash it away so that their nose clears out a little bit easier. So this is another one that's great to have before you need it, so it's ready. Now this guy right here, I resisted buying because it looked like it was gross, but what it is this tube here has a little filter here and then a longer tube and an end that's a suction end, as you can see in this picture. So a little baby with a snotty nose. We always tried using the little bulb suctions that, of course, I have easy access to because they're all around, you know, the workspace where I work, and they may send some home with you from the hospital, a small bulb suction. This thing works so much better. So you just put the soft tip in the baby's nose and you will gently suck on this end and this gets so much boogies out, and it's honestly more gentle for them, because instead of pushing like a tiny tip of the bulb suction while they're moving around, this by being wider is actually better because it obstructs the nostril, so the suction works better. And you'll see you'll get a bunch of boogies out in this thing. And even though it's a little bit gross, we called it the snot sucker, this thing is awesome. It works so well. And then this is just a general toolkit, so to say, with a bunch of different things that you may need for baby. There are a bunch of different ones. This one's not necessarily the best one, but as a general overview of things that you'll want. So this comes with a little comb and a hairbrush, which if your baby has hair, you'll like to have after their baths to brush their hair. It looks like this one has a toothbrush. This is like a toothbrush that you put over your fingers. So of course baby only has gums at first, but you can start using this to brush their gums and their teeth. This has a dropper. It has a thermometer, which is one of our things that we definitely like to have. Nail clipper, nail file, and this one comes with a secure tie for a pacifier. Definitely things that are heavy hitters in this one. The brushes, my baby's had hair, so I always like to have those. The nail clippers and nail file. The thermometer is a must, and when you have a smaller baby, you need to take a rectal temperature if you need to take their temperature. So most of these will have a little flexible tip, so you can just put either, if you happen to have some lubrication, or like the Aquaphor, sometimes I'd put some of that on the tip to help lubricate the end, and this is what you'll use to take a rectal temperature. So this is a nice kit that has a lot of useful items that you'll find you need from time to time.